I've been keeping a big secret from you. For years, I've been working on something, and today, I can finally show you. Welcome to my new studio. I designed this space obviously inspired by Apple, a little bit of Star Wars, and everything I believe creativity should feel like. I turned this into this. I invested everything, all my time, my money. In this video, I'll give you a full tour and show you how the Apple ecosystem helped me build everything from scratch.
Okay, it's about to get official. I'm on my way to buy the property for the studio.
Buying the property was just the beginning. It was the beginning of a true dream coming true. But before any of that, there was also something bittersweet. Packing everything into boxes felt like packing memories away. Piece by piece, box by box, it felt like truly closing a chapter.
It's obviously sad saying goodbye to something. Like whenever a chapter opens, another one has to close. So it's like a happy and sad feeling at the same time.
But then came moving in and seeing what the studio looked like before. And honestly, realizing how much work it needed, it really stressed me out. In certain places, like the bathroom, it was pretty much destroyed. But even then, we all knew how much potential the space had. What really helped was having a clear vision from the start. Over the years, I've been taking photos on my iPhone, details, textures, and I turned all of that into a mood board using Apple Freeform on my iPad. And that kind of became the foundation of everything. And to bring those ideas to life, I teamed up with PPT, an interior design studio based in the heart of Barcelona. They understood the vision from day one, and they designed the space beautifully, creating renders so detailed that I could literally walk inside the studio using Vision Pro before anything was built. A surreal experience. And managing what was honestly a pretty insane renovation. And it makes me so emotional, seeing this space slowly become exactly what I had imagined and dreamed of for years. Years later, my vision is now a reality. Let's start the tour. It all starts with this, our work zone, our desk setups. This is where ideas turn into actual videos. Now, the main concept and main idea that I had here was to create a physical type of iPhone in the real world. So I set up to build every single one of my favorite Apple ecosystem apps, including Apple Music, Apple Home, Beats, the Breathe app, the Activity app, even the brand new Apple TV logo into these beautiful transparent icons that look absolutely amazing. Now, these are custom made. No, they are not for sale, even though they look absolutely amazing. It's honestly one of my favorite things of the whole space is how amazing and how colorful this brings into the whole desk setup. And then let me show you the whole desk setup that we have over here because it's actually super minimalistic and beautiful. So if I actually take a look back, the table itself is actually custom made by us, which is absolutely amazing. So there's a lot that goes in here. As you can see, there are no cables whatsoever. Even if you look inside, you won't see anything. So we actually built underground a whole power source that inside of the power source into the table comes Ethernet, comes power for our iMacs, for our USB-C ports. So as you can see, everything literally goes underground, which looks incredibly beautiful and minimalistic. Now, in terms of accessories in the desk setup, I've got Nomad's wireless MagSafe charger in every single chair. So if you sit at any desk, you can grab your iPhone and start charging it just like that. In terms of Macs, I've got my personal yellow iMac, which is my personal setup of choice. This is what I use on a daily basis. It's got a decent chipset. I've got the Magic Trackpad, the Magic Keyboard, and the Magic Mouse. And I feel like for what I have to do is absolutely more than enough. Now, the best thing about having this desk setup right here is whenever you jump on Zoom calls, on FaceTime, The backdrop that you have right here with all of the Apple ecosystem apps is another amazing advantage, and is obviously a backdrop that I want to be using for future videos. Next up, we've got the studio display, obviously the best choice for us for video editing. We've got video editing over here, and then we've got more of a production. I've always got a couple magazines over here, and this, you can see this is obviously one of my precious collection of Apple magazines. Every time Tim Cook has been in a cover of Esquire, of the Wall Street Journal, Steve Jobs was on the cover of the Time magazine. Tim Cook was here in GQ and the Time 100. I've got them over here, and then any other magazines of choice that I've been reading. Fun fact of mine, I love magazines. In terms of our chairs, we've got 4 stunning Habata E3 chairs, which are absolutely amazing. You've got so many different adjustments from your neck. You've got lumbar support. It's totally reclinable. It is extremely comfortable, but most importantly, they're absolutely beautiful. And just take a look at how amazing they look, all 4 of them right here. They obviously really match the vibe, the whole style of the desk setup. Now in the bottom, we've got 2 Apple Home accessories that I wanted to mention really quick. This is the Air Versa air purifier. It's amazing because you've got this green LED light whenever there's good air quality, and then it turns red when we start cooking, so you know how the air quality is like. It's controlled by Siri, and we use it on a daily basis. Now, talking about Apple Home, I'm going to be making an entire video about how we set up everything, but I wanted to quickly tell you that everything is obviously Apple Home compatible. Not only that, but the lights, the temperature, the brightness of every single one of the lights from the shelves. I can turn down the brightness as well, change the temperature. And we do this all with one accessory that I'll show you in just a second, but it's truly amazing. The lighting that this space has is obviously super intentional. There's no direct light at all. Right next to the desk setup is this little table right here, which can be used for multiple things. 1, for obviously decoration, but 2, if I want to film a quick video, a quick TikTok, whatever, I can grab a couple lights and start filming a video. So all of this space is obviously very intended for content creation. This is a Tim Cook magazine, another one. This Irish college has this magazine. They actually interviewed me right here. Kind of fun. Okay, next up is the entrance itself. Now there's a lot of really cool things about this. 1, this whole desk is custom made. So in the summer, there's actually a lot of sunlight that comes through here. So at the bench, you can obviously chill. There's actually a 12 cell puck right here, which is actually MagSafe. So if you want to charge your iPhone right there while you're chilling, boom, you can even turn your iPhone around. You can activate standby mode if you want to. There's a bunch of plugs, obviously, that we built everywhere because I use a lot of plugs. Now, I know you're probably not really interested in electric panels, but I wanted to show you this accessory right here, which is the Atheos Smart Core. Now, this accessory is basically what transforms all of this lighting and accessories in the studio and turns all of them into Apple Home and Matter compatible, allowing me to change the temperature, the lighting. It's absolutely amazing, a total must-have. Now moving over to this little space right here, this is where I currently save my bike. This is the Cowboy bike, which is crazy how well it matches the studio. It feels like pure decoration. And then we've got this plant right here, and you might be asking, why is this very used plant that's almost dead with this almost broken vase in this beautiful studio? Well, when I first bought this place, when it was actually this, you see the plant right there. That's actually the plant that came with the space, and I've been trying to relive it, and I plan on taking it to a different place and actually plant it. But I've been trying to serve, it's not dead, which I'm happy about. Over here is an idea that I had that I could kind of shoot photos, and anybody that comes, everybody keeps constantly taking photos of the space. You've got this very fisheye views. You've got 3 of them, so you can take it right here in the bottom, right here. It's a very cool effect, and anybody that literally comes in the studio, it's kind of a tradition that anybody that comes here ends up taking a photo. Yeah, this is the stock room, which is absolutely super useful for me. Now, as I told you, this is where we store all of our equipment. We've got our tripods, our microphones, our batteries, our SD cards over here. This is where I store my jackets over here. And here is, as you can see, the videos that we're currently working on. This is the new IKEA launch. Over here, we've got a couple of sponsors that we're working on. We've got 12 South over here. We've got Insta360, products that we're currently working on. And then once we're done filming those videos, we grab all these products and we put them upstairs, which is Obviously a dream come true for me to have a dedicated space for all the product. For me, from working at home, from working at a separate office space, I never really had the space for this. So this is honestly a big, big game changer for me. Now, one of my favorite things about the studio as well is this panel hub from Aqara. Now it's Apple Home compatible, basically allowing me to turn all the lights off. And whenever I arrive, I can turn all of them up. And all of the different lighting is inside of here. I've even got my air conditioner, which is also Apple Home compatible. I can turn on the heat, I can make it cool, and it's all connected all in one, this panel. It's honestly a product that I wish Apple would make, but Aqara is making, and it works extremely well. You can also even add wallpapers right here. I've got 2 Apple focused wallpapers, including this one, which is a hello, which looks amazing, and this one from Apple Park, which looks also amazing. I've also got my doorbell right here, so whenever somebody rings on the doorbell outside, I can quickly glance to see who's there, and I can, speak to the doorbell itself as well, which is really cool. Moving over to our kitchen. Now, it's not really a full-on kitchen, like you can't really cook on it, but if we want to bring food, we've got a microwave over here. I've even got a Drio milk frother. Then I've got the holy grail. I just bought the Sage Barista coffee machine. What's cool about this as well, we've got a little fridge, so we put our milk when we come through throughout the day. We can bring food from home and put it inside of the fridge. If we buy something, we can keep it inside of here, and we obviously leave our milks and everything inside of here. And then the basics, we've got our dishes, we've got our mugs, but something that I highly wanted to show you is I've actually custom made our inside the ecosystem little cups. These are not for sale yet, unless you want me to, if you want these, but these are very cool, and I'm very happy that I made these because it obviously keeps everything on brand. Don't ask me why I have my YouTube play button in the kitchen, but yeah, I don't really know where to put it. If you have any ideas, you can let me know. Maybe in the bathroom. We've got a little sink right here, and check this out. This is my custom collection of Apple water bottles. Some of these I've gotten at events. While I went on my trip to Apple Music, I actually grabbed one of these Apple Music water bottles that are meant only for guests. Since I was a guest, usually people would throw them away. As a big Apple fan I am, I put it in my collection. I've got my Apple Fitness Plus, WWDC. You can buy this at the personal Apple store. So it's a very cool little collection of water bottles. And this is our little, water section. Since it's kind of ugly, I kind of hid it here. So it's very useful. We've always got water, which is also something amazing that I've never had in our old studio, in our old office. We have water, we have a dedicated hydration station, if you want to call it. Are you liking this? Okay, are you ready for the big section, for the most beautiful section of all? Welcome to the living room, filming area, the beautiful staircase, and the tree. Let's do this. Now, the biggest idea by far that I had when building the studio was building an igloo. Grabbing Luke Skywalker's house in Tatooine as a concept for this house. But I actually used my Apple Pencil and drew literally this type of shape, and then my interior designers actually made this a reality, which is amazing. Before I show you what's inside of the igloo, which you're probably going to be very interested in, I wanted to show you this magical staircase. Now, this magical staircase is obviously custom made. It was obviously very, very tough to make because everything is round. All of the round shapes, all of the round edges from the igloo, from the stairs are all very round. And if you even see the shapes of the floor, which is actually like a little second floor. Like you've got 2 little staircases right here. Everything is round. All of the different round shapes was obviously very, very tough to make. We pretty much had to destroy things and make it again till we got to this point. Like this angle right here is honestly one of my favorites. This angle right here, it's just beautiful and looks super futuristic, super minimalistic, and I'm very, very happy the way that this looks. Obviously, the staircase is inspired by Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino at Apple Park, and I feel like we did such a good job miniaturizing the big concept of Steve Jobs Theater and those magical staircase and these little staircase just to go up to my stock room. You're not gonna believe this Apple Store tree. So this is a tree. It is obviously artificial. So the actual stem is real, but the plants itself are plastic, are fake. Now, what's crazy about this is I actually hired a professional tree maker company. Basically, companies that make trees as a living. We called them and I was like, I want to make an exact replica of an Apple Store tree. I gave them a bunch of different images of an Apple Store tree, the ones that you see at an Apple Store. This is what they came up with, and if you take a look at the images, you can search it up, you can see that it's very, very similar. I put a little bit of ground over there, and it feels very real. A lot of people, when they come to the studio, the first thing that they kind of do is this. Is it real? And then I'm like, no. And they're like, wow, it looks real. I wanted to show you the bathroom, because the bathroom, there was previously not really a bathroom. If I show you this right here, this was currently the state of the bathroom. There was no shower. Now in front of the bathroom is this empty wall. No, it's actually not empty. The images that you're seeing right now is how it's going to look like. I'm getting these frames tomorrow of my favorite inspirations, the people who've really shaped me and my business right here. So every time, you know, I'm doing my thing, I can get inspired. All right, come on in. Welcome to the Igloo. It's my little baby because it was definitely a lot of work. We built this beautiful glass door. So I've got this little flick button right here that if I double tap, the studio lights turn on. Now inside of the Igloo is where I film all of my content, podcasts, YouTube, live streams, TikTok, Instagram, everything happens inside of here. I'll obviously be filming outside of the Igloo because it's so beautiful. But here, everything is kind of ready. Everything is always charged. I've got this top-down camera right here if I want to film unboxings or if I want to show something right here. You've seen me filming in this setup. I've got this little background right here. Having AC in a YouTube production room has been a big lifesaver for me because in the summer, for example, big cameras filming in 4K, they always tend to overheat. But now, thanks to this small room, it just blows cold air and it just saves me. And now obviously in the winter, it stays very, very warm. Now, I also mounted these amazing small rig lights to the ceiling and literally hand painted these mounts right here from Amazon. I feel like it looks really, really good. Obviously the Igloo isn't done, but you get the point. Very content ready room where I can film my content quick and easy. The living room. Let me show you the living room because what you're seeing up right here in the top is probably one of the craziest things I've ever bought in my life. This is a full-on dome, I call it. It's basically a massive round tent cloth with a bunch of lights that, as you can see, I can simply turn on, and you've got this amazing, well-lit set. So take this living room area as a set, as another set. Right now, it's kind of like a living room area with a couch, with a projector that I'll show you in just a second. But what's cool about this dome is since it's Apple Home compatible, I can change the temperature. I can make it extremely warm, extremely cold, neutral. I can turn it down, turn it up. It's basically a set that doesn't really need any sort of extra lighting. It's always ready to go. So over here, if I want to build a desk setup, if I want to put a rug, it's very, very customizable. And honestly, it just looks amazing. Now, we also carved these holes and we built these beautiful little circles that also play around with the concept of the circle dome, of the circles in the shapes of the whole space. And I also wanted to add these circle shelves. You've got metallic shelves right here, which are highly reflective. And I added music, vinyls right here to portray also my love for music, my love for these artists, which are some of also my big inspiration. Now, you probably seen this. I showed you an entire video about this beautiful piece of art, but it's Apple Music's 100 best albums of all time. There's only 1,500 copies in the world of this. This is actually number 161 copy. It's a super limited edition book, a very expensive book from Apple, but I obviously had to buy it. You see the Apple Music logo right there? With the light, it actually just lights up the logo so you can see it. You see the light is off and it kind of turns on the logo. It's honestly unintentional, but whenever somebody comes in, I'm like, yeah, that was totally intentional. It wasn't, but it looks amazing. Obviously, we are pet friendly. My dog, anyone's dog, can come in here and they can obviously crash, stay at the couch. I don't care. They can eat, always got water, always have food. I love dogs, so they're obviously obviously always welcome. So the couch, one of the inspirations from this, I found it and it looked exactly like the Beats Pill from Apple, the speaker. And I found it very circle concept as well, very round, very comfortable, and it looks incredible as well. Which brings me to the theater. This might be the best Apple TV setup you've ever seen. It consists of this XGIMI Aura 2 projector. What's crazy about it is that it can actually go way bigger, but since this is also round, it tends to, deform itself. But the quality of it, people's minds are seriously blown on how good it is. Seriously unreal because it feels like an actual TV. And once you sit here for watching movies, for watching our own YouTube videos, for watching our content, for playing music, apart from the Apple TV, we've got 2 HomePod 2s working in stereo. Being able to always access Siri, since everything is Apple Home compatible, literally, look up. It might be hard for you to look up. You see that? That is literally AC and a heating system that I can be like, hey Siri, turn off the heat.
Okay, the air conditioner is off.
Isn't that so freaking cool? Now, something that I definitely didn't want to forget about is this beauty right here where I bought from Facebook Marketplace. It is an old Macintosh SE with 1 megabyte of RAM. Now, words cannot describe how emotional I get every single time I walk into the studio every single morning. It's honestly unbelievable that thanks to you, thanks to me, thanks to us, we were able to pull this off. Such a beautiful space that will obviously just take our whole content to the next level. I'm really curious on what your favorite part of the entire space is. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.